But Dave, let's jump into the next thing with Titans that I wanted to talk about, and that is, what are they going to do with Jason Todd? What are they going to do with Batman? What are they going to do with that Dick Grayson kind of sideline kind of a story? Because, Johnny and I have talked about what, like when season 1 ended, hey, what could they do in season 2 with Jason Todd? But I was reading an article from Screen Rant where they kind of were like, hey, should Jason Todd have his own series? Should that, is that story so compact to where why are we going to shoehorn that into Titans? Why shouldn't we just make that a whole series on its own? And the thing I wanted to explain, in case you're coming in, I'm a little bit of a comic rookie. Yeah. What the hell is Death of the Family? I was just going to read it really quick. It's a little bit of a read, but just to set everything up. Written by Jim Starlin, illustrated by Jim Aparo, Death in the Family was first published in 1988. It's a 4-part series, came about due to the declining popularity. That's not what I want. Just give me the storyline. Let me get to the storyline. Okay. After being relieved of his duties as Batman's sidekick, Jason found himself dealing with more personal issues, once again alone in the world. Jason tracked down his biological mother. Unfortunately, she proved every bit as insidious as the criminals Jason used to battle in Gotham. Handing him over to the Joker, Jason is brutally tortured and then subsequently killed when the Joker bombs the warehouse containing Jason.
Hard stop there 1 sec, because you have to let people know that the fans actually voted for him to be killed.
Yeah, that's right.
This was one of those situations where it was a fan vote.
That comes in the declining popularity of Jason Todd that I skipped over.
And they actually voted to kill a Robin.
Yeah, well, I shouldn't have stopped reading because the part I skipped, for 36 hours, Batman fans could vote on whether Jason lived or died. Yeah. Ultimately, it was decided by a narrow margin that the character would meet his maker. So he dies. Batman, who had been tracking Joker, arrives on the scene and proves too late to save him. Taking the remains back to Gotham, he lays Jason to rest. Unbeknownst to the Cape Crusader, however, Jason was resurrected when Superboy Prime altered reality. Waking in his coffin, Jason was forced to break free with his bare hands. He made it 12 miles succumbing to his lingering injuries. After falling into a year-long coma and spending even longer living back on the streets, Jason was found by Talia al Ghul, taken to her father's Lazarus pit, and finally healed fully. He was also profoundly changed by the experience, however, after being informed by Talia that his death was never fully avenged. Jason spends the following years training around the world in a fashion similar to Batman, after which time he returned to Gotham. There he adopted the Red Hood persona, vowed revenge on those he felt wronged him, including Joker and Batman. As well as this, he seeks to combat crime not only from within, but also in a more murderous fashion. So here's the thing. They could do this 110%. Oh, yeah. Because here's what I'm thinking, Dave, and this is what I'll say.
You can see I'm lit up with goosebumps already.
Could you see it where, because we're going to get Superboy in season 2. Yeah. Could you see it where they go, okay, we set up Death of a Family in Titan season 2 where Jason Todd dies in Titan season 2. I don't know how you do that without a Joker, though. And then him coming back is all, boom, a Red Hood series on DC Universe.
Absolutely. And I for one, love this storyline. You know that I'm a massive fan of Under the Red Hood. It was one of my favorite animated movies. It got me to go back and buy the comic book series to read through it because, I think Under the Red Hood does a great job of condensing the storyline and really showing the passion that Jason Todd had for just being unable to comprehend how Batman could allow his death to go unavenged, unchecked, and that it didn't change Batman at all going forward. It was just Batman carried on with his same mantra, his same ethos, and you know, that was the thing. It was like, Jason's like, how can you let someone so horrible continue to do horrible things to the city time after time after time without stopping him? You had the chance to stop him. You've had so many chances to stop him, and you let it keep happening. And it just, that passion showed in that movie, and that's why I'm like, I want a season.
Because it's a unique thing, because like with Batman, it's not necessarily like change is like because he felt bad that Jason died, and obviously had to live with that. But Batman has
His
a moral code that he will not budge on.
Exactly.
And I will not murder. It's like, I don't care what the Joker could have killed my mother. I don't care.
Martha.
Did you say Martha? Did you say Martha? Why did you say Martha? Oh my God, your mom is the same name as my mom? Oh my God.
I guess we're brothers.
I know, right? Step brothers. Let's do karate.
Oh my God.
In the garage.
That would have been better than that movie.
But I mean, that's it, where it's like, Jason is at the point where it's like, no, like, because we already see it, man. Jason in general, like you said, the cop, when
he's aggressive. He's overly aggressive.
Cops.
And that's the thing. I love it because he's like, look, I've got an answer regardless. Like, you may agree or disagree, but it's going to get the job done. And that's his answers. I'm getting the job done in the best way I see fit. He could have talked to those cops. He could have gotten around them. Like, fuck that. I can knock them all out and just keep on moving on. And that's what he did. And that's, I think they nailed the persona in the TV show Titans. And I think that the actor who is playing Jason Todd in Titans would be excellent to carry along into that second season. And you're right. I don't know how they're going to do the death piece of that with this cast, but it would have to be like the death and then a little bit of a time skip forward for their spinoff, because he does need to age a little bit. He does need to grow.
Here's what I say.
Yeah.
Here's how I would do it, the part in Titans, without a Joker.
Okay.
So I would have, you've got Jason Todd already established. You kind of show more and more that it's like he's becoming more of a loose cannon. I think you only
need like one or two, because you already have the groundwork laid.
Maybe like one scene where Batman realizes he's a loose cannon. And
he's even like, dude.
Him and Batman have an argument, and he goes, fuck it, I'm out of here. And you could do like a scene, a little story of like he goes to find his mom, and his mom's just a bitch. Basically Shazam style.
I was going to say, like, pretty much what we saw in Shazam.
And then the actual death, without showing the Joker, I think, like, there's part of me that's like, hey, animated series, that Under the Red Hood, seeing him just get hit with the crowbar.
Was vicious.
Plus, John DiMaggio did a great job as the Joker in that. I mean, Mark Hamill is the Joker, true and true.
Yep.
But just how Joe DiMaggio played that
Joe DiMaggio?
Scene. Yeah.
John
DiMaggio. Yeah.
Like,
Joe DiMaggio with the baseball bat going back and hitting.
I mean, it basically was like he was a crowbar the shit out of that kid.
Right into the ribs.
Oh, God.
I don't know if you could technically get away. I know it's a streaming service.
You can.
But, like,
the answer is
I know they'll want to get away with that.
Dude, we saw some vicious stuff already.
But would it be even more, what's the word I'm looking for? Haunting if you just heard it. Because everyone knows. Everyone knows what a crowbar hitting someone looks like.
Do they?
But actually hearing it without seeing it.
Crowbar on bone.
Could basically, like... Or you could tell it from the point of view of Batman. He's rushing to get there, but he can hear the whole thing because the Joker's like, fuck you, I'm going to broadcast it to you. I'm going to broadcast it audio to you so you can hear your boy Wonder. And then you pick up the Red Hood series with so Superboy, since he's in it, you have him in the whole, like, something he did in it shook time. You start the Red Hood series with... It comes down to a shot on a cemetery, goes to another one. It's Jason Todd's tombstone.
Yeah.
And then all you see is like either a hand come up or just like underneath you go under and the coffin starts like shaking because it's like, oh shit, what happened in Titan season 2? We're picking up with that right now from Jason's point of view.
Absolutely. I think that'd be great. My wonder is like, are we going to do the back and forth in time shit where it's like, you know, you could have it basically like the Red Hood just shows up in town and then we see a little bit of that. and we go back in time and see a little bit of Jason. Then we go a little bit of Red Hood, then we go a little bit of Jason. And it's kind of like Arrowverse style. When they first introduce the character,
like
they give
island.
you the backstory. Exactly. So it's like, here's him building up, but you have the Red Hood showing up and just fucking shit up to start things off. I don't know. I think it sends a good balance of like, you get the backstory as well as a current story at the same time. I feel like the pacing might be helped by that. But at the same time, like, I just want to really lay it out. As
yeah,
like,
what I would... So I'm going to make a change to mine. Yeah. Same thing, but it's a post-credit scene after Titans, like Titans' last episode.
Of just hand in the coffin?
Like, or just the coffin, like, shaking. Basically, it's a short scene showing that Jason Todd is alive. Expect him to either come back, because then at that point, you could do it in a future Titans season, or you can do your own Red Hood
I want a spin-off.
show.
I want a dedicated show.
Here's the only thing I have qualms about your starting off as Red Hood.
Yeah.
What would be the better idea? And this is putting the executive hat on.
Sure.
Blowing the load, giving you Red Hood right away, or letting you build to it. Build to that, like, because everyone knows Jason Todd becomes Red Hood.
Yep.
That anticipation of, like, it's not going to be the last episode, but we're going to give you a couple episodes where we kind of let that build. So then when he comes out and has the Red Hood on, you're like, yes, this is what I want. This is what I've been waiting for.
The only reason I say give me the Red Hood off the bat is because I want him to establish himself as a villain in Gotham, existing already, because it does take Batman time to figure out who is the Red Hood and why is this man in town. Like, I want that to be built up. The fear that I would have by, like, Jason Todd, you know, the long arc of him escaping his own death and then going in and being basically rezzed by the Lazarus Pit, training around the world, like that whole, like, Batman, the Dark Knight arc, you know, where he goes overseas and trains and everything's cool, learns to be a ninja. Shit like that is great and all, but, like, I don't know if we're only going to get, like, another 10-episode run or 11-episode run similar to Titans or Doom Patrol, Swamp Thing in that same genre. It's like, if we get, like, a 3-story or a 3-episode run of that only gives us, like, 7 to play out the relationship between he and Batman as he comes back to town, because you don't even know, like, that hatred, that seething hatred for Batman. It's just, I want that to be there from, like, moment one, the resentment, day one of Red Hood coming back and being like, fuck this whole city. I'm going to fix crime my way and I'm going to get done for good. Yeah. And then it's like, okay, now we come back and we're like, maybe we start the grave. Maybe we start in town with Red Hood. I don't know. I want it to dual play. So, like,
so
you're
kind of thinking
50-50
a little bit about
a little bit.
Under the Red Hood, where it's most of your story is happening present day, which would be the Red Hood is already the Red Hood. You want the main storyline to be Batman figuring out who the Red Hood is.
And the Red Hood.
Flashbacks to what happened.
Right. Like 60-40. Red Hood to flashback. Or 70-30 maybe.
And the other thing I'm kind of thinking about, and Titans is unique to this, Doom Patrol, which I got about halfway through. I got to finish that one still. I don't remember them doing this. Maybe they did in an episode that I haven't gotten to yet. But, like, for example, with Titans, here's the Hawk and Dove, where it's like, this is a Hawk and Dove episode. There was a Doom Patrol episode. Like, I don't know if you do that with the Red Hood, because, like, this is such a concentrated story.
Right.
But would there be enough for an 11-episode season?
Maybe it's just a miniseries run. Maybe they just give it like a 5-episode run or a 4-episode run, something like that.
It wouldn't be
because it's longer than the movie. That's the whole thing. Is they needed more time to let it breathe. The movie felt rushed by the end of it. It felt like
you're talking Under the Red Hood.
Correct.
Okay.
It just felt like they were trying to squeeze in so much emotion, so much story, so much in such a little time block, that if you gave that 4 hours or 5 hours to really build out, like, the, you know, character arc of Jason Todd, him coming back to town, him starting to fight crime his own way, into Batman, into the resolution at the end of all of this, like, I think that could be a 4 to 6, you know, episode run, and I'd be thrilled with it.
Well, the thing I'm also thinking about too is if you didn't do the the miniseries part of it, and you did, let's say, hey, we're going to make it an actual series, you could make the first season just about Batman and Red Hood, where, like, we don't get the part from Under the Red Hood where it's the confrontation with, like, the Joker in the chair and he's getting fucking slapped around by Jason Todd.
Yeah.
That, to me, could even be saved until season 2.
Oh, man.
Where it's, like, after, like, most of it is Red Hood, and I would even take kind of some, what's the word I'm looking for? Some hooks from Arkham Knight as well, the video game. Because that one was interesting because it had Jason Todd as Red Hood, but then as the Arkham Knight.
Yep.
So, I mean, in that one, he was hunting down Batman. And I mean, maybe you go with it that kind of a way where Jason Todd comes back and the first one in his sights isn't the Joker, because he's probably like, well, the Joker's not the problem.
Right.
You're the problem.
Yeah.
Batman's the problem. Because the thing I love about Red Hood is, like you've already touched, but kind of go that deeper level of it, is like where you could look at Batman and say, well, how good of a superhero are you if you capture the Joker and then he gets out again? He's doing the same thing, and you let it happen again and again and again.
And it's not just the Joker.
It's all of them.
It's every villain that he's ever gone up against. He puts them into the asylum, or he puts them in jail. He gets them arrested, but they just get right back out again, and they hurt more civilians, and they keep causing crime in the city. It's a cyclical thing, and he just keeps letting it happen, and more people get hurt over time. And how long has this been going on for?
Look at Barbara.
It just builds.
Barbara got paralyzed because of his villains that he had locked away before.
Exactly. So I think that, like, that's what makes Batman a truly interesting hero, because it's a man with a code of ethics. He's not perfect by any means. He's not Superman. He's not, invincible, untouchable, indestructible, but also a Boy Scout. It's the conflict in him that makes it interesting. It's that ability to hold back from pulling a trigger, and that leads to the continuity of the series. So it's awesome, but at the same time, like, I think the that Red Hood really epitomizes, like, attacking that dead on and being like, look, man, you're doing this to everybody. You're causing everyone in the city more pain because you can't break your own code of ethics. You can't see how wrong that code is. I love it. I absolutely love diving into that.
What you just sparked in my head was I would absolutely love to have this is for a later date. This could either be on a Rick and Johnny podcast. This could even be an MVP podcast where I've wanted to do this for such a long time, but I'm not going to do it unless Peter Creighton is in the room.
Oh, I like where this is going.
And because me and Pete have always had, it's not like a severe argument, like where we're at blows with each other, but my favorite hero is Batman. His favorite hero is Superman. And I would love to have the conversation, you, me, and him sit down, have the conversation. Who's not, I don't want to say like better, but who's the more influential superhero? Is it basically the boy wonder, who's Superman, like a Boy Scout, super alien, super strength, everything goes right. Not everything goes right, but you get the point. Or Batman, where it's like, I'm just a mere mortal and I'm flawed as a character.
Starts out from a point of tragedy, young in his life, and
almost every hero starts out of a point of tragedy. The ones I like, at least.
It's true. It's a struggle that makes you root for them. It's the relatability. It's everything that gets you hooked on that character early on in their life, Like,
I can think 3 in my head. Batman's parents were killed. Spider-Man lost Uncle Ben. And then the one I think of is Robert Kirkman's Invincible. Yeah. Where I think Invincible's dad dies, but Invincible's dad's a dick. I think his name's Omega or something. He's just a huge, like, that's right. They think he's dead. He's not, but when he comes back, he's just a huge dick.
Sorry, I'm a Flash fan, so, like, the Flash is sort of known for, His mom, his dad's in jail.
Does Green Lantern Green Lantern doesn't have one like that, does he?
He doesn't have childhood trauma, no. Well, it depends which one. Are we talking Hal? We talking John?
I was thinking Hal.
Okay. All right. I don't think so. My Green Lantern back history is not great.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I really just read one series.
Because Superman, has the trauma, but like it's not the trauma. Yes, he had his parents die, but he was a baby.
Right.
He's just like, oh, well, I'm all alone here in a world that's not mine. It's not really like, oh my God, my parents died. I'm in a dark alley.
Yeah.
Like Batman.
It's a whole lot different because he's so removed from the situation.
Yeah. Last question I want to ask you. This is about Titans.
Yeah.
Since we got Batman, we have Ian Glenn coming in as Batman. What do you expect from him and Robin in this? What interactions are we gonna get between an actual Batman actor, not just one where it's like, okay, that's cool, he's in the suit.
Is it bad that I just sort of want, now that we start talking Red Hood, I want Ian Glenn to be like Ra's al Ghul. Like, he fits more of a Ra's al Ghul in my mind than Batman.
Could he be as diabolical, though, as Ra's?
Oh, yes. Okay. But no, I think as far as actually answering your question, how will he, fit in with the interactions as Batman playing Bruce Wayne,
because we're going to get a lot of that, too, of Robin.
That dynamic?
Robin and Bruce have to get through their fucking separation problems as well.
I think he'll do a great job. I really do. I love him as an actor. I respect the hell out of him. And I think he's going to bring the right tone to Batman as far as what we're hoping for. Because like that was one of the things that, Ben Affleck did his own thing. And just we've had enough Batmans now where we have like a scale of a rating of like, where you fit in on this. Like, were you an excellent Bruce Wayne? Were you an excellent Batman? Could you do a little bit of both? And that's... I think he'll do a really good job being Bruce Wayne. I'm a little concerned about the Batman, but I don't know how much they're going to use him as Batman versus him as Bruce Wayne. So we're going to see. How much do you think it's going to unfold heavy Bruce, a little bit of Batman, or like 50-50, or like mostly Batman? I
almost want it to be... I think what it's ending up going to be is like maybe 70-30 Bruce to Batman.
Yeah.
Maybe even like 75-25 Bruce to Batman.
Yeah.
I would love 50-50. I would love both. Like, give me... Because that's the thing about a Batman actor, where it's like... And that's why to me... And I get animated is totally different.
Totes.
That's why, to me, Kevin Conroy is like the quintessential Batman to me, because he made each sound different.
Yeah.
But each like had their own. Where it's like... I get what Christian Bale did with his. Did I like the I'm Batman? No, Batman. I didn't. I didn't have enough bass in my voice to do it. But I mean, I understood what he was doing, because Bruce can't walk around being himself as Batman, because people would be like, oh, you're Bruce Wayne. I know who that is. But you got to make him different, but not them be like, what the fuck are you doing? Come on, Christian, what are you doing with your voice there? What are you doing?
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
I can't even like, I can't understand you. What did you say, bud? Like, come on, like talk clear, enunciate, Christian.
Yep.
I just can't wait to see what him and Robin actually, because there's that pent up like dad son.
I don't want to be you.
Exactly. Where it's also,
but I'm becoming you anyway.
I'm becoming you, but I have to actually like, because Starfire and stuff have been like, well, have you talked to Bruce about it? And it's like, no, I just ran away and never want to come back, kind of a thing. So, I mean, there's that as well to it. But let us know what you guys think down below. What do you think they're going to do with the Jason Todd storyline? Should Red Hood be its own DC Universe series? My only thought is I like the miniseries idea.
I think a miniseries event. I don't think it can go 11.
After 2 seasons, it's like, all right, what story are we going to tell?
Yeah.
When it comes to Jason Todd.
I think give me a standalone chunk of just amazingness, and I'll be so happy with that.
Or if they give us a live action movie, give me the miniseries. I'll take a miniseries over a movie.
I would probably prefer a miniseries over a movie, because they just haven't had great luck with movies that aren't animated.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking like a DC Universe
a DCU movie, not a big screen movie?
No, not a big screen.
Have they done a DCU movie?
No, it'd be the first.
That would be sexy.
It would be the first of like, hey, here's a live action DCU movie.
If they just did like Under the Red Hood over...
It's almost like they're direct-to-DVD type of movie.
I don't want them to do that, because it's like you already have Under the Red Hood.
Yeah.
And I think that fulfills a need, but I want to go deeper into the resentment. I want to go deeper into the Batman universe, and, like we talked about, like at its core, like he's a flawed hero, but he sticks to his own code, and that's what makes him special. So, like, give me something that can dive deep on that. Give me several episodes, and I will be thrilled.
Well, let us know what you guys think down below.